Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are breaking down a huge topic: how school leaders can actually successfully guide their schools into the age of AI. And this isn't about some far-off future, this is about a practical, actionable roadmap you can use right now. Okay, let's kick things off with a number that, honestly, is pretty staggering. According to a 2022 survey from the OECD, 68% of school leaders say that a lack of strategic leadership is the single biggest barrier to adopting AI. Just think about that for a second. The technology is here, but the game plan, the leadership, that's what's missing. So this explainer is going to walk you through a 6-part journey. We're providing a clear step-by-step roadmap to turn that exact challenge into a massive success story. All right, let's dive right into part 1, leading the AI revolution. We're going to frame what the real task at hand is for any leader looking to bring AI into their school. This is the absolute key, right here. If you remember one thing, make it this. Successful AI integration isn't really a tech challenge, it's a human challenge. It's so much less about managing software and so much more about guiding your people through a pretty significant change. It's all about a shift in mindset, not just a shift in tools. Now, before you start any journey, you gotta have a map, right? Well, in this case, the map has nothing to do with technology. It's a map of your staff's mindset, where they are on this whole innovation thing. And for that, we can turn to a classic, fantastic model, Rogers' Diffusion of Innovations theory. It's an essential tool that gives us a really powerful framework for understanding how new ideas, like AI, actually spread through a community like a school. So, what's so great about this model? It gives you a way to picture your staff. Every single school has this kind of profile. You've got your risk-taking innovators who jump on anything new, and you've got your skeptical laggards who are much more comfortable with tradition. Your first job is just to understand who's who. And here's the counterintuitive part. To build momentum, you don't start by trying to win over the biggest doubters. No way. You find and you empower your innovators and early adopters. These folks become your champions, your coalition of the willing. They are your most valuable allies. Okay, so you've found your champions. What's next? Well, now you've got to forge them into a real team, the right crew that can actually drive this change forward. This is where Tuckman's model comes in super handy. It shows us that building a team follows a predictable path. And you know what? It normalizes the storming phase. That bit of friction and disagreement, that's not a sign of failure, it's actually a necessary step. Your job as a leader is to help them work through it, not avoid it. And this slide really shows why you need 2 different lenses here. Tuckman helps you understand the team's natural life cycle, what to expect over time. But Hackman pushes you to set the team up for success from day 1 by asking things like, are the roles crystal clear? Is the environment supportive? Getting these conditions right from the start can seriously fast-track your team to high performance. All right, you've got your high-performing team in place. Now, you're ready to face what is often the biggest boss battle in any innovation project: resistance. And this is the big one, isn't it? This is the question that sinks so many great ideas. Staff get tired of new thing after new thing that just fades away. They get pilot fatigue. But don't worry, there are proven frameworks to guide you through this. John Kotter's model is basically a playbook for this. Instead of just reacting to pushback, you proactively build momentum. You start by creating a real sense of urgency, you form that powerful team we just talked about, and then you create and communicate a super clear vision. And this is crucial. You generate short-term wins to prove it's working before, finally, you anchor it all in the culture. But if Kotter's model is the what to do, you also need to diagnose the why it's happening, and Org's model is perfect for this. It shows that resistance isn't just one thing. Sometimes it's emotional. People are scared about their jobs or just anxious. Other times it's cognitive. They genuinely believe the old way is better. And you can't use the same approach for both. And this leads to a huge mindset shift. The big takeaway here is to stop seeing resistance as simple negativity and start treating it as valuable data. It's feedback. It's something to be understood and addressed with empathy, not just dismissed. Okay, let's get practical. It's time to put all this theory into practice with a low-risk, high-learning pilot project. This is where the rubber really meets the road. A great tool for planning this is CFIR. Seriously, think of it as your master checklist for your pilot. It forces you to think about everything: the tech itself, your school's unique culture, the people involved, and the actual process. You have to consider all 5 of these domains to have a successful pilot. Now, if CFIR is the checklist, then the PDSA cycle is the engine that drives your pilot. It's a simple but incredibly powerful loop for learning fast. You don't launch some huge initiative and just hope it works. No, you plan a small test, you do it, you study the results, and then you act on what you've learned. It's this cycle that helps you figure out what actually works. And finally, our last section. Because look, a successful pilot is awesome, but it is not the finish line. True success is when you embed that innovation into the very fabric of your school so it just becomes the new way of doing things. To get to that level, we have to move from what's called single loop learning, which is just fixing problems as they pop up, to double loop learning. This is where you step back and you start questioning the underlying systems and beliefs. It's the difference between asking, are we using this AI tool correctly? And asking, wait a minute, is this even the right tool for what we're fundamentally trying to achieve as a school? So what this all boils down to is that long-term change isn't about enforcing compliance. It's not about monitoring. It's about building a culture that is constantly reflecting, giving feedback, and is brave enough to question its own assumptions. And when you look at the research on this, the picture is crystal clear. While technology is the catalyst that gets things started, it's the alignment of policy and, most important of all, the evolution of your school's culture that predicts long-term success. The tech can change tomorrow, but a culture of innovation, that's what lasts. So we'll leave you with this question to think about, because ultimately, your answer is what will determine whether AI becomes just another passing trend in your school or a real, genuine force for lasting transformation. The choice is yours.